Oh, that's the craft for sure. Night and day.
So pour a glass of craft beer, we can do this. Yeah.
What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to another video here on BAOS. This evening, we have something really fun. Before we get into that, I have our lovely producer. I wasn't sure how to introduce you. Partner in life, producer Tiffany Alexis. Thank you for hanging out tonight.
How's it going, guys? Thank you for having me.
It's nice to have you back on here.
Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Don't get you on too often.
No. I'm behind.
Behind the scenes, like everything you see, in case you're new to the channel or whatever, like everything you ever see, as far as videos, Tiffany is responsible for that. So we've got something really fun, but just before we get into that, couple quick notes. First thing, we have a new website and a new logo. We rebranded BOS like a couple of days ago. This is the first video we filmed since we redid the site. So huge shouts to Phil from Brewhead, who redid the whole logo and branding. Check out the website, bospodcast.com. Link will pop up here, but there's also a link in the description. That's the first part. Super happy about that. We've been meaning to do it for a while. Secondly, quick plug as well. As soon as we got the logo, we've been sitting on this for quite some time. All the designs were ready to go. Our merch store is now officially launched. We're wearing two of the different designs that you can get there on the website. Now we have like 10 or 11 different designs.
Yeah.
The link is in the description, also directly from the website. These are, what do you call them? Prototypes that we made up.
I was like, get it in your
Get it in
teeth.
Yeah, you got the classic design.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I called this one, like can open design. I don't know, it's crack that
beer
or something.
spilling out.
Yeah, I called it something.
Yeah.
All different colors. We got like women's tees, men's and women's tanks, hoodies, sweatshirts, throw pillows like these things.
Yeah, socks.
Lots
of stuff.
Yeah, shirts are Teespring. It's super easy to use. So go check that out. Now, that's all the promo out of the way.
Yeah.
Tiff, you want to tell them what we're doing today?
So we're having a bit of a challenge. The challenges are fun. They're actually like my favorite is to do stuff like this. So we were talking and we thought it'd be really interesting to do a like blind taste challenge for stouts. So I don't know if you guys seen our blind taste challenge where I pranked Craig and Scott.
I bought a bunch of macro beers. I'm gonna prank them.
Wow, multi.
Oh, what is that? Like flat?
Sickly sweet. What have I been buying?
Like I'm not into it.
No. She sure did. We'll pop that up here and also link in the description.
Yeah, which is why now he's looking at the beers before.
I can't trust her anymore.
Before he puts the bandana on. Yeah. Fair enough.
Now, specifically, this isn't just a blind taste test. This is micro versus macro.
Yeah, so that's the point. You're blind tasting to see whether or not you could determine if something's micro or macro.
Right. So basically, it's two of each, 2 micro, 2 macro. Of course, if we're going to do stouts, we're going to do Guinness. So we grabbed the Guinness. I grabbed the Castor oatmeal stout, which is newly in cans. I haven't had this. I've had Guinness clearly a million times, but it's been a while. I'm sure you could probably pick it out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The oatmeal stout from the Castor I haven't had in a long time. I had it one time in a bottle years ago. The Mill Street Cobblestone Nitro Stout. Now, Mill Street was a microbrewery that got bought out by Labatt, I believe, or Molson. So technically, this is a macro beer. I've had it before. Once again, been some time. And it likely has changed a bit because often when breweries get bought out, they scale up. It's hard to keep the quality exactly the same. So I can't think of how that's going to go.
Yeah.
And I forgot the name of this one. Bête Noire from Alafoot. And I have not had that before at all. So essentially, there are 4 beers that I don't believe I have I don't have the confidence so I could just like randomly pick it out.
I think the Mill Street one is the most interesting
because
it was like craft and now it's macro, so it's kind of like what changes in something like that?
Yeah.
Like would that all of a sudden now means you're tasting it and it's gonna taste macro-y? I think that's what I'm very interested to see, or if it's gonna still just taste like craft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a bandana on and cover my eyes so I cannot see, and then Tiff is going to
shout out Visit Durango.
Yeah. Teresa, thank you for having us. Durango, Colorado.
We did a trip with Colorado in September
2018.
Yeah, so you can check that vlog out.
That would be volume. I'll pop it up.
Yeah.
I can sort of see at the bottom here. I'm just trying to cover
make sure ain't
it.
no
Bird
cheating.
box.
No cheating. Bird box.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to pour out the beers in no particular order, and then C Certified Brewhead is going to have to determine on the spot if it's macro or micro.
Okay.
So immediately when tasting it, so you don't have the opportunity to like compare them back to back to back to back.
Are you going to tell me at the end what it is?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking notes and I'm numbering every beer 1 through 4 on my phone, and then I'll put what you had.
Okay.
Cool.
So I don't know as I go, because then I'll be able to determine what's left.
Exactly.
You're a smart cookie, Tiffany.
Right? All right, cool. So we're going to start with the first one.
What's she going to do? She going to come at me with a macro just to throw me off? Or the other way around? Because remember the other one we did, the macro lagers with, it was like Scott, Rochelle, and Ryan.
Yeah.
When, like, he totally threw us off. He gave us a micro first. Like, Mike, shouts to Mike, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Gave us a micro first, and he completely, like, I think maybe we were expecting a macro. I don't know why. You kind of expect a bad beer first or something.
Yeah. So, first one is coming into your hand here.
Thank you. Am I allowed to smell it and everything?
Yeah, you can smell it, taste it, do everything.
Smells like a stout. No clue. Get it in you. Fuck. Also, first beer of the night too, right? Like, because I know I got to drink these 4. I didn't, pre-drink or anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. I have no idea. These things are so
You have
hard.
no
man.
indication? Nothing?
Absolutely zero clue. This could be anywhere. It tastes pretty decent. Okay, I'm just going to talk through it pretty easy.
Yeah, that I was
You know
thinking
what?
if you
It's
talk through it, that could help.
pressing on my nose too much, but I got my eyes closed.
But your eyes are closed.
I don't want to
Okay.
see.
No
Like,
cheating.
I don't want to see. Cheating is boring. Why would I want to cheat?
That's true.
All right, chocolatey nose. They're all about the 5% mark, so it was actually pretty easy to be able to get beers that are all about the same ABV. So it's not like there'll be one that's like super thick
boozy,
and syrupy.
yeah.
or
Which is
boozy,
also why
exactly.
we didn't like take any of the like crazy.
Well, I had no choice because where are you going to get a macro imperial barrel aged stout? Right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like Bourbon County or something.
Oh, I meant from our collection.
Also, I had to go purchase these because I didn't have any
Yeah.
on us. Dusty, dry, bitter. It's a thin mouthfeel, but they're all supposed to have that. So there's no specific indication here that this is like a macro beer. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say for this one, I'm going to say micro.
You gonna say micro?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, number 1, micro.
I have no confidence whatsoever.
In your abilities?
How many have we done? We've done 3 of these now?
Yeah.
We did the prank one and we did the 2 at the cottage.
Yeah.
And I just really wasn't that good at it. Like, I think I need to do BJCP training or something. Like,
It's
I know what's
also
up
hard
with
because it's like you're really definitely like picking.
removed a whole sense.
Yeah, you're removing a whole scent out of it, right?
Well, not the scent, but the sense as far as like the visual aspect of some of these things can give it away. Though, even if I could see, the only reason I got the blindfold on, to be honest, is because of the cans are right here.
Yeah. That's true. In the end, though, they're all because like they're all dark, right?
They're all dark, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
be able to look at it and go, oh, that's a, I'm sure Guinness looks like the Castor. They all
Yeah.
look about the same. Beer number 2. Oh wow, it smells completely different. All right, cheers. Get it in you. Interesting. Super chocolatey. Doesn't have any of that dryness that the other one had. Really sweet nose. No. Jesus. It doesn't taste bad at all. It's just very different to the last one.
Like different in what way?
A lot sweeter. The carbonation is a little different. Maybe slightly smoother. At most, I know that the Mill Street one is a Nitro, but I don't know how much of that might be a tell. But this, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is what that is. Oh my god!
It's not easy, is it?
Because of the sweetness, I'm gonna go macro.
You're gonna go macro.
Just because it's weird. It's not a bad sweetness. I just feel like it's significant. Like immediately, the first one had that dryness that like like an oatmeal stout tends to have, whereas this is just mad sweet.
Mad sweet. All right. Interesting.
I like the interesting because it
How's your confidence? What's your confidence
like
level at right now?
Zero. Because I don't want. That's why I'm like really cautious. Like if I don't like something, I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's macro, because I know like I've completely messed up before.
Yeah.
Though I feel like in the lagers, like you can. I don't think Guinness is objectively a bad beer.
Yeah.
And the Mill Street one, I remember always enjoying it. So I don't think all
Whoa!
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, back. Sorry, a little mishap there.
Happens.
I don't know. Someone's shaking this up.
Shaking these bad boys up.
So this is the third beer I'm pouring for you now.
This is curious. This is completely... So what I was saying before the can started exploding was that I feel like the difference between a macro, like a, you know, sort of like a corn-based lager pilsner light beer is quite significant in comparison to a craft one that doesn't have any of that stuff in it. So this... Like, I think it's a little tougher even again. And I still found that tough.
Yeah.
But I reckon this is harder again to immediately, like, tell the difference. Like, no nose at all. Alright. This doesn't taste like much at all. This doesn't smell or taste like anything. That would incline me... God, I hope it's not a micro. I'm sorry if it is. I gotta be real, right? I don't know.
So remember, so far you have one micro, one macro.
One macro. This is not good. I don't like it. It's definitely a macro. God, I hope so.
You feel confident with that?
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're offending any brewers that you care about, perhaps?
Potentially. I feel like I could.
Yeah.
I don't know either the people. We've been talking to other food, of course, but like I don't know the guys at Castor. I've spoken to them in the past, but this to me, it has no nose. Like barely any nose, really thin body. I don't particularly enjoy that flavor.
Okay.
And it's not very carbonated. That could have been all the carbonation pouring out of it, but
yeah,
I'm done with it.
It was like overly carbonated.
Overly carbonated, so
yeah. Cool.
So it's
all right. So we're on to the last one. All right. So far.
Again?
What the? Back again. All right, so pouring the last beer now.
I don't remember. Don't tell me before I drink, but I don't remember how many of each I've said. I think it was one micro. Two
I was
macro.
wondering if I should tell you. Yeah, that's it.
I think, but don't tell me just in case to throw me off. Am I allowed to change my?
No.
No, okay.
Or
no, you know what? What's said was said. No, that's fair.
What's done is done.
Once you get more
opportunities. Oh, you mean like if you went back and like sipped to them all or something like that to try to compare?
But I feel like, excuse me, it's supposed to be. The point of this whole exercise, you're supposed to be able to pick it straight away, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Kind of a mild nose. Oh, a bit more chocolate in there. Get in you. It's also pretty thin. Yeah, I reckon this is a macro in addition.
Do you think that's a macro beer?
Yeah, I think that means I've done 3 macros. That means I think the first 2 are macros and the second 2 are macros. In hindsight. Like, yeah, this is like night and day. Like, the second one was sweet, and the only reason the sweetness... Like I said, it wasn't bad. It was sweet, and I thought a lot of times the macro beers can often be quite sweet. Like, if you try to... like a typical lager or pilsner or whatever, compared to a craft, a lot of the macro, like PBR or something like that, they're going to taste hella sweet.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that might be a macro.
Yeah.
Now, in tasting these 2, I think it's kind of night and day that these last 2 are definitely macro and the first 2 are definitely micro. Am I allowed to do that, or?
I think that's fair. Like, you could
It's
be
so
right,
different.
you could be wrong, but...
Because I guess you don't know I don't know what it's supposed to be like, what the rules were.
Well, there are our own rules because it's our own challenge, so I guess there is no rule. It's just at random, and then you taste how you feel.
Yeah.
So you're going to say number 1 and number 2
are
micro, and number 3 and 4 are macro.
Now, I don't know which is which. I can't call it like that. It's not like...
All right.
Unless they want me to try, but I don't know. Actually, it's kind of dumb. It's almost like if you tell me I was... Do you know what? Okay. If you tell me whether I was right as to micro or macro, then I can try a quick sip again and guess which beer it is. How about that?
Wait, sorry, what?
So once you can tell me, you go, number 1, it is a blah blah blah, and then afterwards,
yeah,
I'll keep this off and I can sip it to see. I'm like, oh, that's the Guinness or whatever.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Just for lols.
All right. So you want to know?
Yeah, number 1.
So number 1 was a micro beer. That was craft.
What did I say?
Not crap. You said micro.
Hey.
So you got that right. All right. So do you want to try it and guess what it is? Is that what you said?
Go all the way through.
Okay.
First.
Number 2.
Number 2.
The one that you went from macro to micro.
Yes.
That was a micro beer.
Yes. After tasting those, it couldn't possibly be.
That's what I was like. I don't know because I'm like, is it like you tried the crappier one? Sorry, first, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, obviously if I tried this crap, then this stuff has to be.
Yeah,
it's
it depends how obvious.
Oh, it depends how obvious
like,
it is. Yeah, it depends how obvious it is. That was interesting what you were saying. So the third one was obviously third and fourth were obviously
macro.
All
right, so let me try and guess what each one is. Just take one sip or something.
And try to guess what each one is?
Yeah, and you can just tell me, don't tell me as I go.
Oh, can I don't want to do it in order. I just want to actually just give them to you randomly.
Oh, that's even more fun.
Cool. All right, so try this one and see what you think it is.
Guinness.
That's correct. One.
I don't think I've done that before.
Yeah, and that's interesting, right? That's actually cool. Right.
Oh, that's the craft show. Night and day. I reckon that's the Castor.
Okay, you think that's the Castor?
Oh, because if you tell me more, I'm gonna.
I just realized. Yes, I gave you one. Try this one.
Alafoot.
Alafoot.
And then the other one's Mill Street.
Yeah, then the other one's Mill Street. Okay, so you actually, oh yeah.
So real.
The light is so real, right? So you actually mix these two up.
Okay.
And this was this is Alafoot and this is the Castor. So the Castor is the one that you thought was the sweeter one.
Was the sweeter one?
Yeah.
Does it have chocolate in it? Because that would explain everything. Silky smooth texture, flaked oats. It's just definitely super sweet. They were both like, oh, here we go. No.
Nope.
Doesn't. It's just got a more chocolatey vibe, so it just means they have a larger ratio of the chocolatey malts.
Yeah.
It was just because, which order, what was it? This was when I did second?
This is
the
first,
order?
yeah, this is the order.
So the chocolatey one, yeah, and like I said, I'm glad I got that much out of it because I had no clue.
Yeah.
And it was just that sweetness sort of threw me off, and then as soon as you try these, like, it's like...
You know immediately.
There
right?
was absolutely...
See, I'm glad the sweetness, I'm actually glad you did that one because it threw you off and made you think it was macro.
Yeah.
Where like these, I feel like if based on your description, it feels like as soon as you try it,
it was immediate.
You know that, yeah.
There's no...
Because you're just like, this has no head, the Guinness.
There's no nose whatsoever.
Yeah.
And there was no flavor. Like, they're just watery.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, these are not great beers. Like, I'm like in comparison to a craft stout.
Yeah.
Now, and maybe it's not completely fair because these are oatmeal stouts, so maybe that is slightly different.
Flavor's flavor, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because I guess it's not. Otherwise, I have to find Irish dry stouts, and I didn't see any of those in the store I went to. So, like, it's like genuinely night and day, and it's really crazy how
interesting.
different it
I find
is.
the Mill Street one to be the most interesting to me.
Why is that?
Like, I'm surprised that you just pulled it as macro immediately, even when you thought you already had something else that was macro. So, like, by logic, you would have been like 2 and 2 already. So this has to be like craft or something. But like immediately, you're like, oh, this is macro.
No, that's why I changed.
So
it.
yeah, and then you immediately
because I'm like, oh, I'm going into the second.
But like, I like Mill Street. So, but maybe there's something. I wonder if there's like something that makes beers taste like.
Honestly, just for the point of this.
Macro.
Do you want to sip? Just try
there.
that and try whichever one, just for the difference. Like when you gave them to me at the end, so I could pick which one.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like it's ridiculous how different that is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like the flavor.
It's actually it's the flavor is so. It's like you're tasting like 12 ingredients or something like that when you're drinking this. Where this one is like super light, like. It's
even just try while we're here, try the next two, just so you can see the difference. Because it's like this was the one that really made the difference. But I knew Guinness doesn't have.
This just has nothing in it.
Right?
That's just. Like,
I don't even know if I'm
that's
gonna
not even nice
drink
tasting.
I was gonna try and thug it out. I don't
like this one's like watery, but it doesn't taste terrible. This like actually just tastes bad, right? Like, it was even interesting when I was pouring it, and we'll see in the clip. It was even just pouring like really light. And
when that kind of gave me a little bit of a right.
That's nice.
Yeah, no, they're both really
Yeah,
good.
they're really good. Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a much better one. I think this was a really good exercise in
like a taste challenge, just to see with the palate and stuff like that.
It's just like there's not many other styles we can do this with.
And I also really like because that's showing the significance of like this is why this costs more.
Yeah.
Like the craft beer costs more for a reason. You can taste the ingredients, you can taste the flavor. It's like McDonald's versus like an epic hamburger but like a gourmet burger versus a McDonald's burger. It's so right? Obvious. Like you could tell the difference and like man, the ingredients there is like that's crazy.
It's next
level.
Yeah,
it's cool to see.
Makes
also shows definitely money well spent on
I was thinking these two together were like $7 something and I bought these two plus two other beers and it was like nearly $30.
There you go. Yeah.
So like worth it. I had one bottle that were worth the two of those that I purchased. So it's just crazy, and I really hope that we can do something like this for other styles. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, because we did even the IPA challenge. It was only guessing the brewery and the style, right, or something. Or
we had to guess the beer.
Yeah. Okay, so
I think the only other thing we could do is if we get stuff from the other breweries that were bought out, like maybe an amber, or like whatever wheat beers or some other styles from like Mill Street, from Granville
That's actually
Island,
really interesting. Things that got bought
Goose
out,
Island.
take a Goose Island and see if they taste different. Yeah.
Well, that actually showed like. Unless my palate has changed, but I didn't think the Mill Street was ever this level of kind of like
tasting.
Macro-y. It's definitely changed. It's not what it was, for sure.
I would like to try like the ones that I first started with, like Tank House, Organic, and all that, and see if they've changed. Because I wonder if when you are purchased, it's like do you have to change the ingredients, and then that changes the beer? Like, is it just like, oh, we're using this distributor now, so.
Could be.
And then all of a sudden, like, those grains are different or the hops are different, and that just like
because probably if you're
affects
getting
the taste because it's on scale.
Yeah, exactly. The scale. If you're getting like hops from a small batch place, and then all of a sudden you have to do this larger one, you're not going to get the exact same hops and the same as everything else. So it's going to be interesting. But this is fun. We're going to try and figure out how to do as many of these as possible. Yeah. So thank you. Great. That was good. Yeah. Good times.
Tell us if you like the video, guys.
Yeah, please let us know below. If you enjoyed the video, also, boom, smash the thumbs up. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell.
Ding.
So you know when the new video drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. And check out the long form audio. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Always a ton of great stuff coming. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And as always,
get it in ya.